products. Always. The problem is that right now, I believe that Ron is the better player, and nothing's going to change that. The only person that can change that is right here. If you honestly put anyone on a pedestal, then you're already going to have an experience. You're going to have some difficult experiences against opponents. If you put anyone on a pedestal, then you might as well just hang it up because you're not going to be able to beat them. You have to
Check out
take
the best of the best.
the bull by the horns,
Chess Informant Prize winners and
find their
games
faults.
chosen by a
They are
jury of
human like
titled
anyone
players
else.
from 1960
And that's all
to
you have
on.
to do, is raise yourself up. A certain comfort zone soar toward playing correctly, grabbing space, an equal amount of space, having equal chances to win, not letting yourself fall behind in any manner, way, shape, or form by gambiting a pawn unsoundly, like in the Stafford Gambit, but simply playing good chess. So many people out there who are studying openings instead of learning how to win the game. In other words, if you are studying the London or any opening variation, how much will that really reward you toward winning a game versus learning specific strategic methods, maneuvers, plays, or honing your endgame skills toward pocketing further points and thereby gaining rating points. I cannot recommend Chess Informant publications highly enough. Despite the nature of the modern era with computing and ChessBase, you can actually receive a digital copy along with your subscription to Chess Informant and receive the benefit of all worlds. And of course, if you invest in other Chess Informant products, such as the 1000 Best of the Best, you'll be able to pick apart the annotations of the 1960s and improve your chess in that manner. I couldn't just play what I wanted to play in a position. I had to play what the position dictated. In other words, if a plan was organic to the position, it succeeded. But if I try to force my will, let's just say like the 4-move checkmate, then it cannot possibly succeed against the death of Tigran the Trojan. And on that particular Sunday, a young man walked into my establishment and told me that the world champion was dead. It was a Sunday morning. The Sunday morning Herald. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, grasshoppers. This is just a little high, I feel. Welcome to the dojo. It is a strange new world that we're living in as Grandmaster Hikaru Nakamura managed to irk most of the world with his irresponsible opening choice against Yakubir Sindavarov. I can't believe he did what he did. I mean, this is like the opening phase, and he shoved all of his chips in, as well as half of the other tournament players' chips into the candidates tournament, into the middle, and he played a hand that lost. So I would have to say that Anish Giri is supremely irked at him, among others. Anyone who is in the lower half of the table is almost written off because of the irresponsibility of one player looking out for himself. And he's done this before. He's done it not just against Ding, but I believe he also did it in a previous matchup. Oh, I'm sorry. It was Alireza Firouzja who did it before. Alireza Firouzja played Nepomniachtchi after not sleeping all night long, and he had a game against the tournament leader that everyone in the tournament was counting on him to play his best possible game. that was pretty much the end of his career in my eyes, because he literally stayed up all night long, playing with Danya. Danya should have known better too, God rest his soul, dear colleague that he is. But of course, I don't necessarily know if it was crap of any type that he hoped to help Alireza with, but Alireza literally handed an insurmountable lead to a player late in the tournament.
Said, hey.
Good morning. How are you? Namaste. We are in the normal dojo today, and I am extremely irked today. I don't necessarily know that I am going to do a tournament strategy, tournament thinking, tournament common sense stream today, an instructional on how you manage yourself when you are behind a tournament leader. You don't go all in 1/3 of the way through the tournament. This is a 14-round tournament. Everyone gets tired. You cannot push all of your chips into the middle and go all in on an opening where you burn your bridges. There is no draw option in this thing. It's just insane. Obviously, we know that there's a draw option now because of the forcing line that is ultimately at the end of it. And he actually really disappointed me. And all of the fans of all of the other players in the world should be rightfully irked at Hikaru right now. It is unfortunate. Ariane Danash, how are you? Where are you from, sir? Let's get some tunes going while we're at it. We are in the normal dojo, not the 960, not the rapid and classical. Rapid and classical will be next. But it's craziness. It is absolute craziness that prevails with this particular type of mindset. Absolute craziness that he would do something so irresponsible to his colleagues. Literally, he is not one of the top players community in the world. He is a rogue operator who probably should be streaming and declining his tournament invitations to the U.S. Championship and to Grenki and to Tata Steel and to any other event that may or may not have prepared him to play at the highest level. It's just insane. I don't even know that he played in the World Rapid and Classical. Did he play in the World Rapid and Classical? Levi Rosman played in the World Rapid and Classical in New York. I'm talking about when it was held in New York City. Did Hikaru play in that tournament? I don't think so. Maybe he did. Maybe he did. But in general, that's also not necessarily the type of training that you need to get ready for or to achieve anything at the highest level. So we've got KG Aroma versus David at 22-11. Good morning, David. Now that game is over, we should have a battle on our hands. I'm looking for my tunes. There they are. Speaking of playing responsibly, let's see what we can do with E4 while we're at it. We'll draw this out just a little bit. Why are we so small? Why is my board so small? KG, I almost thought about the King's Gambit, honestly. All right, so here's an example of me playing like Hikaru Nakamura. Let's do it. We are going to do our best
Just do our best. Just do our best here, it seems. Well, sorry, but I have to take it. I have to take it when I can. And we have a little surprise here. Do we want to trade some more? It seems we do. Do I wish to do it this way? Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no. Sorry there, sir. There was a lot of stuff going on there. The Cochrane Gambit, my old favorite from my childhood. Played by Topolov against Kramnik. Oh no, David, you've berserked. I just realized that he berserked. What if I don't want to play this line? Oh, maybe I should have. Getting into Rubinstein territory here. Wow, giving back a bishop pair like that? Word. Word, word, word.
Honor.
said.
Helm
Hi,
her.
Nanometer.
Nanometer, thank you for the greeting. Nanometer. Is this a threat? I don't think it's a threat yet. Well, that's interesting indeed. What can we do here? We're just going to be patient. It's what we have to do. Not sure what you're planning on doing here, but it's true. Interesting. Am I trapped? I could well be trapped. First things first, though, we have to battle for our spaces if we can here. Let's see what we can do with him. Do I have to worry about this? Oh my God, it seems like he has something to do to me. Am I worried about it? Yes, I am. All right, I slimed him. I didn't realize that I was sliming him at the time, but I slimed him. David is a very strong player, by the way. Very strong. Don't let his berserking fool you. I didn't get to check to see if I need more E4s than D4s. That's very much a bummer. All right. This Rutlevi-Rubenstein variation. I've been playing this for years. But he's got a leg up, it's true. This is a bummer indeed. We're going to have to weather the storm. Just try to weather the storm. Interesting. So if rook takes, knight takes. Interesting. No pawn mates here. No pawn mates. Mm-hmm. No pawn mates. Yeah, let's see what David has. I'm going to learn from a player of his stature. Interesting. Not my first choice. Really? Really, really, really? Oops. Dum, 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 dum.
Colette Gaming
said, Good chess, although you have a goofy board setup.
I have a goofy board setup. Or layout. Good chess, do I have a good board setup or goofy layout? I resemble that remark. Can I just play this? Oh no, I cannot play this. This Botez Gambit will not work.
Colette
Pieces look
Gaming.
weird. All right, fair enough.
Pieces look weird.
Colette Gaming.
I know what you're looking
Said.
for. Hold
Lol.
on. I will fix that for you. I know exactly. The pieces look like real pieces, in other words. I understand completely. Let's just see if I can find what you're looking for. One moment. And now we will refresh. There we go. Now we've got the pieces that everyone is used to seeing. Pieces look weird. Your pieces look weird. Your mother put those pieces on the board for you like that? What did we play? What did he play? He played the E6 Sicilian? I don't feel like it was an E6
Colette
Sicilian, though.
Said. Nice.
I apologize. I learned the your mother jokes from Nemo. Your mom. I think she's laid off of the your mom jokes, though, to say the least. What in the world is going on here? I don't know that. How it will be. Oh, did he fall for it? Did he fall for it? Did he fall for it? I don't know if he fell for it. But, not that... Oh, shh. I fell for it. We're going to have to actually work for a living now. I forgot he wasn't pinned on E1. Oh my god. My true colors are showing up, right? Now I'm losing material, hand over fist. Indeed I am. I am losing material like you wouldn't believe. All part of the plan, Maybelline. All part of the plan, Mabel. All part of the plan. All part of the plan, Mabel. Is he trapped now? I don't think so. It seems I've got... Wow, it seems I've got this all wrong in theory. I've got to go for it. I would have won this game if in for a penny, in for a pound. Can I even move out of the way here? Yeah, there's nothing I can do about this, is there? This is annoying. Oh! I missed something obvious. Nicely done, sir. All right, last game. We're 4.5 lifetime? Crazy. Rook 6 was good. All right, let's play the normal game here. Was that the French? That was the French, wasn't it? Nicely done, sir. I'll see what you do with the French. Oh. I play all openings. Every last opening. Oh no. One of us still has a bad bishop. Then the stars. We'll give him the isolated pawn. And maybe we'll see what he does with it. Who knows, he's got it. I apologize for whistling. Interesting. Why isn't this easily a... Interesting, it seems. Interesting, it seems here. Namaste, David. The game doesn't count for anything. Great games, great games. We have another event starting in 5 minutes. No, I'm sorry, I never berserk. I actually have that mantra in my TikTok as well. As I captured Han's name and saying it, never ever berserk, right before he berserks, I believe. I have a decent collection of advice and amusing reels on Instagram and TikTok for the most part, as well as YouTube Shorts. Check them out. But no, I don't berserk, unfortunately. How are you, Colette Gaming, by the way? What do you play? Are you a chess player as well? I didn't even notice that my pieces had changed. Every now and then, the extensions that I use don't always come through. So what can you do? Let's make sure we are registered. And we'll head back over here. We'll grab it. Copy link address. No, copy. Message all members. Friends, don't let friends play irresponsibly. And that was totally irresponsible of Hikaru to play the way he did. So early in the tournament to play the way he did. It's not even responsible later in the tournament. So irresponsibly. Copy link. Great to have everyone here. I should include the Twitch address because I don't really push Twitch at all anymore. I just try to do YouTube and whatnot. I have been teaching and training since before the dawn of time. Before the dawn of time, I'm telling you. Where's the Discord? We got our Discord up. A little bit of a notice over there. Absolutely irresponsible. Whoops. I need that again. There we go. Let's see where we are on our puzzle streak. God help us, we're only at 12. All right, moment of truth. Whoops. Now, why can't he play King H1? I was uncertain of this, right? Why he cannot play that? Or is it just trying to lead me along in this venture? Bishop takes, threatening mate and the queen. Interesting. G3, I guess it's just still a winning position, right? Anchoring with that move, why not? Alrighty, folks. Queen trap. Desperado. Puzzle Streak is an amazing, amazing way to train, because I believe that it's fully game aware. How's everyone doing, by the way? Rook 6 was good, yada, yada, yada. We do have the speech chat on YouTube, I believe, for subscribers. If you're a subscriber in YouTube, you should be able to use the speech chat. The speech chat is automatically built in. Black to move, it seems. Mate and 2. Our little friend. Say hello to our little friend. This is a skewer of sorts, right? So we're skewering through the rook to win the other rook. It's the fastest way to do this. Speed. Puzzle Street. Is there something else going on here? That's it. That's it, folks. I made one careless move. Let's see if I go back. No. Good news is we're streaming this, so... Wait, where's my event? It should be listed over here. Community, teams, my event should be listed. I'm registered. Let's throw the URL out there. And we will pin it just to make sure. Is the chat replay not connected? What are we up to here? Namaste. Thank you, Shay. Too cute. Where are you from, Shay? I am FIDE trainer and National Master John MacArthur. You seem to have kick enabled, but why didn't the... Are we disconnected? What's going on here? I am FIDE trainer, National Master John MacArthur. You can check out the best of the best. What is going on over there? Okay, Kick is streaming. Sorry, Shay, too cute. Where are you from? I am living in New York City. COVID forced me out of Manhattan because it's really no fun being in Manhattan if nothing is open, to tell you the truth. I recommend to everyone that you should at least live in Manhattan for 3 decades of your life. Everyone should live in Manhattan for at least 3 decades of their life. Good morning, Charles. How are you, sir? Charles numero uno just had an amazing international tournament. He did not score positively with the results, but he did score very well. On the whole, he scored very, very well in the rating point department. And I'm quite proud of him for that. After all, that is what we're all about. Playing well, scoring those points in the rating point department. Scoring very, very well on the rating point department. Now what is he up to? Hmm. Can I try for this? Oops. Yeah, let's just see what he does. Maybe, just maybe, he'll give up the bishop pair. Interesting. This is the mainline molar to a great extent. It's time for us to expand our horizons. Time to expand our horizons, Bobby. I believe he did have a very nice win in the last round, which I was quite happy for him. All right, so how do we get him the way we want to? It's getting interesting. Mm-hmm. I did expect something along these lines. That is interesting. Do I wish to give up this pawn for this? Maybe. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. What do we have here now? Yes, yes. It looks like I'm completely toast, right? I don't have much of a choice. Oh no. Did I really do that? Did I really do that? It's very annoying indeed. What I get for not studying this just a little bit better, yeah? I'm playing a brand new opening. I haven't really played this opening before. I have not played this opening before. Yep. I'm not sure what he's looking at. Why is he looking at it? Yeah, I lose. My F8 rook is now being attacked. Where are the weaknesses? Where are the weaknesses? What is my score with him? I'm minus 12? 15. Minus 15. Or is it worse? 38, 48, 53, 15. Good morning, Paul. How are you? I've not had a chance to do anything with the birthdays. I have been enjoying my Good Friday Passover break. Spring break. 8 plus 0. 8 plus 0. Is that classical? I'm almost willing to wager it's classical. Oh. You can't be in any more foul of mood than watching Nakamura's game against Sindarov and being a Caruana or other player fan. Don't get me wrong, I'll be very happy if Sindarov is the challenger to the World Championship. I will absolutely be very, very happy. So he is ducked out. Charles is ducked out. This was me as white. I've played this variation as white, but I played bishop to g5. Which is the best move, interestingly enough. I played the best move as white. Oh no, this is the Masters database. Yeah, so this is already terrible for black, right? So right here, d6 straight away. And if he punches me in the nose, so flinching, I was the first person to flinch. I played bishop to b6. I've never played this opening before. So I'm 72% with the Ruy Lopez, but maybe, just maybe, no one has played this variation against me. If knight takes d5, knight takes e5, knight takes d4, then just b5. And this is just equal for the most part. So it doesn't really amount to anything. The knight takes e5 line. Well, it doesn't work as white. It works as well for black. There's only one position or two positions. Okay, three positions where it works well for black. And then the theme comes up in other positions. Of course, he blamed his seconds for his loss. He should blame his coach and his trainer as well while he's at it. Basically, he should blame himself. So the strategy, the tournament strategy, is to go the long haul, basically playing as good and solid and taking advantage of the opportunities that are given to you. You don't try to beat an opponent. You don't try to bluff them off a hand when they're playing pocket aces. Basically, the guy's got pocket aces. He's in the tournament lead. He's a half a point off of a perfect score. And you're going to try to tackle the strongest guy in the tournament. No, that's not what you do. The tournament strategy is to pick off the players on the bottom half of the table and to draw with the players that are ahead of you. Okay. I'm going to flip this board around. Let's go with the main line, it seems. So in this particular position, right? Bishop c4, knight f6, exclamation mark. Knight c3 takes. I have played this as white once. But I played this badly as black as well. So let's go with the black variation. Knight takes e4, bishop takes f7, double question mark, by the way, double question mark. King takes f7, knight takes e4, d5, knight eg5, king g8, d3, h6, knight h3. Now, there is a very interesting moment here where here we can just play g5 if we'd like to. But bishop g4 is obviously better. Your king is perfectly safe here. He has no white squared bishop. He's got 0 white squared bishop. However, maybe this is also the line against d4. I've also played this way. h6, knight h3, and I should not play g5, even though I do very well with it. I should not play g5. I should play. What was the other move? Yeah, bishop g4. It's just like is in the previous example because these two are hanging. We're going to move our knight to d4. We're going to play c6. We're going to play bishop d6. We're going to push our pawn to e4. These pieces are all roughing it. There's no saving his pawn structure. Yeah, this is one of those things that you just have to know that your king is safe because you're up so much. You are up so much material in this position. Basically, you have a center pawn. They have no center pawns. You're already up in material there. That's already +1. Your king is safer than their king. That's a half a pawn. That's definitely a half a pawn advantage. If not more than a half a pawn advantage, your king is safer than their king. Their rook is also not getting into the game. So on average, the piece coordination for black, you can already see that it's relevant in this position. Might be threatening queen to f6, but I'm not sure that's real at all. They're looking at a whole bunch of moves. You're just going to put your king on h7. There's absolutely nothing white can do. These are permanent targets. We're going to play bishop d6, rook f8, queen f6, rook on a to e8. It's all very clear. All you need to do is see it once, though, and you should remember it and file it away for later. Just have to learn from your mistakes. Just like in this particular game, learn from your mistakes. C takes was a mistake, and I didn't learn from it. What should I do in this position? I should play. Now he has this move, and I hang my piece. Maybe knight f4. Nope, that loses. What am I thinking? Bishop takes f7 is too good, it seems. So 8-6 is the only move here. What? It's not the only move here, it seems. We're following the same line in the Bowden-Kizaritsky Gambit theory, even though I don't like this. So another thing, by the way, I have a feeling, based on some previous conversations, Paul, and I have another student that just did this the other day, and I had to remind them, it's not about what we want in the position. It's not about what we like in the position. It's about what we must do in a position. We have to follow the rules of the game. The knight moves in an L-shaped pattern. And there are players who want to move the knight like a bishop, but it doesn't work like that. There are players who want to move the knight like a rook, but it doesn't work like that. I don't like the fact that the knight is so complicated. Why can't it move in a straight line? It doesn't matter if you like it or not. You have to actually just play the game the way it was meant to be played. That's all there is to it. You have to play the game the way the game was meant to be played. No, I'm not telling you that you don't know how the knight moves. I'm saying that there are players out there that would like to move the knight in a different manner. I have to guard against mate. I'm only -3. I have to guard against mate, as well as knight f7, as well as guard my bishop. It just seems wrong in this position. And if knight f6 is not the move, is looking at it to see if I'm just as bad. So apparently I'm only -2. And it's not knight f6. And it's not 8-6, which avoids the mate. I guess I have so much extra material, I could have just done this anyway. Let's just check our damages here. We have 2 minor pieces for the rook. For the queen. We're about to get another one. Rook f8. Rook f8. I could live with this position. I could live with this position. Unite my pawns, please. Unite my pawns, please. There's no mate as long as the knight can go to F1. No, I'm saying that the game has a very specific set of rules beyond that which the knight moves. And I was associating the fact that the knight moves metaphor, which I don't think any of those people got the joke when they were streaming how the knight moves, and Botez was asking, oh, there's someone available to play. I'm so sorry that I wasn't here. Me hippie, are you back? We will see if he comes back. Who knows if he comes back? We also have Carissa. Yeah. The other morning, I woke up to a position that she had where she had rook takes d6 in a position with mate and moves, and she missed it. She ended up drawing with the player, and I can't believe she didn't see it. Probably she saw it afterwards. She looked at it during the game, like I did. FDS 1. I don't know if E4 is my jam, but it is my jam at the moment. I'm going to play my old traditional line here. Hopefully I didn't ruin this. I laugh. I laugh, I laugh, I laugh. He's trying to play the normal move, but it doesn't work with me. Let's see what you got. Min D3. Takes. Let's do it. Let's see if we can get our other rook into the game here. We're just going to have to be patient. Almost all that's to it. What do I wish to do? Can we exchange this one? Now where are we going here? The writing is on the wall. Yep. So basically, for those of you who didn't see it, he can try to run, but then there's check, check, and I take his rook, which is just in time. Oh, ah, this is a direct hit. Yes, we're playing this. The Magnus Carlsen Sicilian. Wasn't that interesting? Bishop e2. Bishop e2. Wow. Wow. This is craziness, folks. It really is craziness.
Lorenzo.
Said.
Good day,
day,
Lauren.
Lorenzo.
Said. Hope you re well.
I'm okay. I'm not entirely pleased about my position, but I am well.
Lorenzo.
Said. I am reading a new chess book, absolutely loving it.
Nice. That is the way it should be. Let's just get our stuff moving. This is the reason why we exist in the first place anyway, to play for this pawn structure on the king side.
Lorenzo.
Said.
Yes.
I am reading Method by Dorfman.
Yes, the 4 pillars. The 4 pillars.
Lorenzo.
Said. Yeah, it's about the statics and dynamics, etc. Really eye-opening stuff.
It is a great book. It is indeed a really great book. Well, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? All right, you got me there. That much is true. You definitely got me there. We're eyeballing. Something that we've never eyeballed before. Really? You're going to do that to me? Where do you think you're going? Where do you think you're going, sir? We've got a weakness here, weakness there, weakness here, weakness here. I do have a weakness on A6. That much is true. Interesting. I thought I saw that one. Ta-da! That was craziness.
Lorenzo.
Said. GG.
Back to -14. I've never seen bishop to e2 before. Is bishop e2 probably not the best move? Knight c2, bishop g5 is what I've seen. I probably should have played bishop g5 anyway. But I didn't want to give him a clue as to that's where he wants to be. So I like the idea of rook to b8. But rook to b8 does not appear on the radar, right? After bishop e2? Oh, it's the second best move. Bishop g5, knight c2, knight e7. And I get rid of his really well-placed knight. But I had a fancy idea to play knight to b4 to get rid of his knight. Right? Didn't I have a fancy idea? That was a crazy fancy idea. So let's see what I did here. And here's the crazy fancy idea in action. Bishop g5, obviously, followed by knight to e7 or even bishop to e6 to get rid of his good knight.
Lorenzo.
It was a Sveshnikov, a.k.a. the Magnus Carlsen Sicilian.
Said. Was this a Sveshnikov?
So, interestingly enough, my b4 idea was good. Knight to c4, b takes c3, and I was completely shocked that he did not go for it with knight takes f6.
Said. He took on f6 too early, that's a crucial error.
With the bishop? Are you talking about that one? I don't know if that was a crucial error. All this is book. I mean, later. But this was just dubious. I never saw that coming. It leaves too many weaknesses. So I should just play knight to d4 straight away, and I did. He should play b3 straight away and just anchor his stuff instead of trying to admit that he made a mistake. Now I'm playing on this weakness the whole time. Bishop e6, that was best. He should have played knight on d to e3. I was actually expecting knight on c to e3. Personally, I was expecting him to reinforce his knight. This permanent weakness doesn't have to be attacked.
Lorenzo.
Said. You have to wait till the very last moment to take on f6, then the plan for white is a4 to attack the queenside pawn chain. Really easy to play.
That is true. That is true. He missed the boat on the main line back here with, at least the way I know it, and then I have to take. Or at least this is the main line of the variation that we ended up in. It was knight c2, bishop g5, a4. B takes a4. We can actually follow the line, and we might be able to... 260 other players. No, I want to know now how many games I've played in this Sveshnikov. Garry Kasparov on the black side. Topalov winning with white against Garry Kasparov in 1998. And then they played this game again. I wonder if that was the computer match. Was that the computer-assisted match between Topalov and Garry Kasparov?
Lorenzo.
Said. Yeah, I've got a 90-something% win rate in this line as white.
I see. I've never played the knight d5 line as far as I know. I believe that I have only played, and that's why the lines don't come up. I have only played bishop takes f6, really. But I certainly do not have your win rate. I do very well in this line on average. I lost to bishop g7 here on the 10th move, the Kravnik line. Is that the Novosibirsk line?
Lorenzo.
It is.
Said. If you play bxf6 too early, it gives too much counterplay. Magnus explained it as a mistake that's why you delay.
In the Magnus Sicilian? Is that in the Chessable video, or did he explain it at another time? I'm actually curious to look that one up to hear what he says. Obviously, when Magnus Carlsen speaks, people listen.
Lorenzo.
Said. Yeah, in the Sveshnikov. No, it was a random interview that I saw.
Probably during the Carolina. No, it wasn't during the Carolina match. I'm going to have to look up every one of them now.
Lorenzo.
Said. One of those random review videos about his favorite openings.
Got it. But I was very happy with this. I don't know that I succeeded in besting him. This is just devastating, right? It wants me to play e4. That was the move that I was looking at. When I originally went into this variation with the idea of playing queen to a7, I had the idea of playing e4, e3, with the idea of the pressure on this one. And he has to play bishop f1. But after knight takes, rook takes b2, perfectly acceptable. And then this very much a blunder. Knight to b5. And can he save it actually after this?
Lorenzo.
I thought he had to play rook c2. Rook takes c2. Queen takes c2 and knight takes d6. Yep, and it's all over.
Said. Yeah, he explained that he would win a lot of games in the Sveshnikov because they kept taking on f6 too early. He said he had to abandon it when they learned to not do that. The best line is the end 5 line with a4. He said it was hard to play against.
Lorenzo.
Said. So naturally I took it up for white.
When the master speaks. Yeah, that was a bummer. Woohoo! I managed to do it. I managed to best him. I didn't think that I could do it. Not in my own tournament. Thank you, Paul. I normally have a lesson at this time on Saturday mornings from now on.
Here I'll show you a game of it, one of mine, BRB.
Excellent. Oh, but I wanted to go back. I wanted to get my stats on this line. 202 players first. But I did want to study the other line in the arena when I messed up the... Hold on. It takes to find the book here. I picked up 10 books. Maybe not 10 bucks. 10 bucks here. I don't need this. Oh, there's the book I'm looking for. Let's just go straight to the index of this really old book that I wanted to use. And then there's the early bishop c5. Is it over here? Wait a minute. A second. There's the Archangel for black. And I somewhat managed to reach it anyway. I think I flubbed it with this move order in the first game with Charles numero uno. Played 30 games with bishop e7 and 7 games with bishop c5. But my percentage with this one is even worse. So bishop c5. And in this game it was d3, which I do not know that well. So first things first, we're going to look up the d3 line on move number 6. 434 of the Kaufman opening repertoire for white and black. This is just an off chance. And he's following Anand's repertoire. But no one plays d3 against him here. But I'm sure that b5 is the correct answer here. What does he say about this? b5 has to be the best move, right? Just equal. Bishop to b3. d6 straight away to try to trap the bishop. I'm not a big fan of knight g5, though, but it seems I've played this before. d6 threatens knight a5 and forces c3. Transposing back into the line. That's what I'm looking for. I'm sure that I almost ruined this.
Lorenzo.
Said. Okay, got it.
Nice. Hold on, let me just finish up on this little bit of research here to understand what I did wrong in the molar variation.
Said. Link https lichess.org jb3cvpnv.
Nice. So in this line, I definitely should play d6 before castling, but because I castled, I'm really trying to play d5 in one go, right? So therefore, he should play knight c3, d6, knight d5. The old Tarish line, right? Which I find fitting because Lauren is here. So he plays c3, and I played bishop to b6 because I'm still trying for d5. Oops.
Oops, that was the wrong link.
No worries. I have not gotten to it just yet.
Lorenzo.
Said. This is the right one.
I thought so. I thought I had to play b4. I was pretty sure that I had to play b4 here. Go to, and then I'll put this one in our study. Oops. Oh no. I opened it as the wrong user. Oh no.
Lorenzo.
Said. Again, I stuffed the ending because I was tired, but it's a good example of what I am talking about. Middle game, I had a small but easy edge.
How do I get to this very easily? I have to open the original browser window. Forgot that Microsoft Edge is used for my student accounts. Study and viewers. Wow, I've used a lot of studies. All right. Meanwhile, we should get back to that Did we get to our games? Oh, good. 2026-4. So we've got our accurate count, hopefully. Control R. Oh, Control R. Now I wanted to see what I needed as white. Oops. Why am I Control Fing? Ah! I would love to delete from here. It's a silly move. So as white, I just need to see this for a moment. As white, I need to catch up on my D4 opening. So I have to play D4 a little bit more often than E4. Still playing knight F3, honestly. 900 knight F3s, as it turns out. Just make sure this is all caught up. 52 other players first. That's not fair. That's totally not fair. That is. And there it says 52 other players again. Let's refresh and see if that was a... Should just go straight to no games found. How about as white? There's 52 players. Interesting. All right. We're going to... 1 second. I've got a lot of sensitive studies, I realize, and that I don't necessarily want to. I have to close some of these things here. Be right back for 1 second. View. And we're back with Lauren's study as white. We don't necessarily need the engine on. I don't necessarily want the engine on just yet, although I wouldn't mind the opening block.
Lorenzo
said. Agian not HTE best, but an example of the line I blundered because I was tired.
I don't think you blundered. I played H4 in this position, which I think is the best move. Let's go to the Masters database. Well, maybe it's not the best move. Maybe Knight C2
Lorenzo
is the best move.
Said. You'll see the blunder at the end, haha.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. So instead of A5, I remember considering bishop to B7 when I was looking at this. And you and I could study this to prepare this for the most part. Queen to D3 is the natural move. But I understand why you want to keep a piece on that square. But now they can play bishop takes E3. That's probably best, right? For black. And so now the counterplay begins with queen B6, B4. We simplify a little bit. He didn't play what I thought he was going to play. He played rook to C8. Or he's going after your weaknesses in this respect, right? I see.
Said. It'll take the two bishops off if they trade less dynamic play, and I can aim for a queen and knight ending.
And this pawn really is being threatened here. So personally, I think I might favor b takes a5 here and just shove that pawn as fast as humanly possible because his back rank is so weak.
Lorenzo
said. This is where my downfall begins, was playing on autopilot and got caught out.
Yeah. I don't think you need to save this pawn, though. But I mean, I understand why you want to save the pawn.
But you can see how little dynamic play black has in this line.
No, that's actually one of the reasons why I gave it up to a great extent. I still think that you should abandon ship on the passed pawns and take the free pawn. I mean, obviously, it's nice that his queen is tied down. His queen is tied down to this square.
Said. Being too fancy.
Now we have a little bit of a problem here, and actually the irony is that's how I won my game today. Of all things, that's how I won my game today. Craziness, yeah?
Said. The fall cometh as the prideful sun arises.
I mean, obviously we have to pay attention to our opponent's moves. So if we'd just played any move, the irony is, any move, we can't actually play rook to b2 because then we lose our queen.
Lorenzo
said. This was my sign to stop playing for the day, haha.
Yeah, but I mean, this is just a normal error. Obviously, if you don't play here, queen takes c4, queen takes c4. Rook takes c4, b7.
Lorenzo
said. Not for me, I hold myself to a higher standard.
This is also a little bit of a risk because we both have weak back ranks. But I think this one is winning. There's just no getting off the back rank here. It seems like there's nothing we can do to get off the back rank now. White wins. White wins in that variation because there's no rook takes b7, rook to a8 mate. All right, let's just see what we have here.
Said. Either way you and see that line is really strong, so I'd say go with Magnus SND5 line. It's pretty easy to learn, play kind of directs itself.
Yeah, it's definitely the most topical line, and it might be one of the reasons why everyone stopped playing this line as black. But he did win a world championship with it. Almira, she was at a party that we threw during the 1990, I'm trying to remember what year, early 1990s, New York Open, one of the last New York Opens that was held in New York.
Lorenzo
said. I'd say it's not a refutation but a strong challenge that's yet to be solved.
I wonder if Ivanchuk was at the party. He might have been. Holy crap. I never thought about that. I have to ask Ivanchuk. Grandmaster Joel Benjamin and I shared an apartment on West 75th Street in Manhattan. Roughly the old Seinfeld neighborhood. And basically, we had everyone over at one point. It was really, really crazy.
Lorenzo
said. Oh, I remember where I saw it. I have Carlson's course on Chessable.
On the Magnus Carl, on the Sicilian, on the Sveshnikov. That is the one that I'm using.
Lorenzo.
Said. Yeah, I have the video version.
Nice. I believe that I may have taken the video version too. So
Lorenzo.
King H8 puts you in a
Even
good
TC
stead.
most of-
Just have to schedule it for yourself. This is a truly great move. And then rook on A to C8 I thought was forced. Rook on A to C8, B takes A5, Queen A6. He's got to try to barnacle. He's in such bad shape here. He's got rook C5, rook takes A5. But Queen C7 and the computer wants rook takes A5. Interesting. B takes A5 is also an advantage.
Said.
C4 is good.
All the static factors all favor white. Black needs to create active play.
Yeah, it is very awkward. This particular line has been very horrible for black. Oops. So in this particular position, Queen D2. Ah, we can play Queen D2 and not sacrifice anything.
Lorenzo.
Said. And yeah, I didn't do anything crazy, just natural moves and black's in a tough spot.
Yep, very true. So one of the 10 books that I picked up over the weekend was The Modernized Sveshnikov by Robert Rees. And you and I are going to look at it together because obviously this is a line worth studying. This is definitely a line worth studying.
Sounds good.
Yes, we have someone in the garden. Ziggy, turn off notifications for the garden.
I don't see any garden-related notifications in your current subscriptions. Would you like to review what notifications you're currently receiving?
No.
All right, no problem. Do you
All
have
right.
a notification about a refund? Would you like me to read it to you?
Nope. So bishop takes F6.
Lorenzo.
In the Alexa app.
Said. By boss, I am imagining you as a mafia boss from NYC.
I do live in mafia country. I live near JFK. I'm not far from the bridge where they shot Sonny.
Motion detected at garden.
All right. I may have to turn off the notifications. So knight C2 castles. But I think that the real reason why I was going to play this was because of knight E7 myself. But I kind of agree with you that if this doesn't give us counterplay, C3, I think he's recommending knight E7 straight away. Is that possible? Knight E7 right away. Just going to go to the next chapter and see if that's
Said.
not just one of the
Probably
lines.
to avoid that line, haha.
Yeah. So he's recommending knight E7 right away. And maybe, just maybe, he's going to create some counterplay. So we'll go with the main line, which is knight takes F6 check. G takes f6. Then there's bishop d3. I'm going to look at the next chapter. Oh, that's it. I think that's the main line. Let's look.
Said. Yeah, this extra pawn on the F file is the source of the counterplay for black, Magnus was saying.
And he's got it. He definitely gets it here. So if we don't play knight takes f6. Let's go back to the earlier chapter. If we don't take on f6. Gf6, knight c2, bishop b7. So the only other move is Anish Giri playing knight to c2 against Magnus Carlsen. So apparently Magnus Carlsen played this. Even less inspiring as knight takes e7. So the game is Anish Giri versus Magnus Carlsen. Is that true? I quite like this book because of the illustrative games. It's not just a modernized Sveshnikov. For example, in honor of Chrissy Yip, I have the modernized modern, but I believe it's just an opening reference book, which is annoying as all get out. So in any event, knight takes d5, queen takes d5. But is that really the best move? Bishop to b7, I thought might actually try to create some more counterplay. But queen takes, rook to b8. Black has some dynamic play here, but this is just very awkward, this terrible bishop. Bishop e6 is inferior. Queen c6, king e7, knight b4. So therefore, knight to b4 has a very distinct threat to it. And there's the Anish Giri Magnus Carlsen game.
Lorenzo.
This is the very frontier of the Sveshnikov right now.
Right. So what can black do differently? I mean, this position is just so equal.
Lorenzo.
Not a lot of established knowledge and a lot of room for novelties if you like that sort.
Yeah, exactly. The Singfield Cup 2015. That's interesting that Magnus was playing this in 2015 and he played Caruana in
Kingslayer
2018.
Said. Have some ball, play the Londoners back.
Kingslayer Sloan.
Said. Black.
And I think it's balls. You have more than one Rogan. I'm pretty sure. It's possible that you gave one for science, but Rogan, how are you, man? Uh-oh, hold on 1 second. Let me check my... I have 10:30 a.m.
Lorenzo.
10:30 a.m.
Said.
lesson.
I don't often study openings, but when I do it's London as white, Semislav as black, and Caro Can as black, triangle forever, Rogan probably.
Kingslayer Sloan.
Said. I have more chromosomes than others.
I believe you do, sir. Yeah, this is going to be very, very reliable. I'm looking forward to this. Playing e5. Now, I also have a tiered list for playing openings in a way in my mind's eye on what I want to do against certain people at certain times. And to be honest,
Lorenzo.
Said. Super straightforward play for WHTIE.
they put a bookmark on this page for later. The Modernized Sveshnikov by Robert Rees. You actually may have helped me. You may have helped me write the book review for that one that I need to do.
Lorenzo.
Said. I helped a master what?
Yes, you might have helped me write the review on that. Let's see here. What do I need to do? What do I need to do? Just that. Let's see how far we can get. Let's set a goal for ourselves. What should be our goal here with the puzzle streak? Something very reasonable that we can do in 25 minutes or less. Or do I do what I was going to do, which is the ranting on Hikaru's irresponsibility? Total irresponsibility in the candidates. Total irresponsibility. I'm debating on...
Said. What's your candidate picks?
Well, I believe that Hikaru Nakamura is going to decide the candidates' matches one more time. One more time.
Sloan.
Said. Loved how he just blamed his seconds.
Well, his seconds were at fault. Friends don't let friends play irresponsibly. He is absolutely right. Absolutely right. It's not his fault that he doesn't know how to play chess. Basically, they put him in this line where castles was never covered. And he's burned 2 pawns of initiative, and then he doesn't know how to play chess. Let's look at it now. I'll basically give you the upshot.
Kingslayer Sloan.
Said. Why didn't he? You take my keys, bro.
Exactly.
Kingslayer Sloan.
Is it in here yet?
Said.
20 chapters?
It's basically the thought.
I don't think it's in here yet. Oh, it is in here. Good. I'm going to turn off the engine and the opening book. And I'm going to cover that. If I can. All right. I want to cover the analysis. So my impression is, because I've played this line a lot, and I've also recommended it for students, that in this particular position, that bishop a5 is the only move here. To be honest, bishop a5 is the safest and only move in this position. You do get a tremendous amount of counterplay. Bishop's not in the way that...
Actually, I think the problem is modern GM culture. Too many inhuman computer lines that GMS are purely memorizing but are simply too hard or beyond their skill to play. I took one look at that opening position and realized how hard it was for white just using Dorfman's pillars. Black had a million static advantages. I saw no clear attack of Al from computer was wrong. Imho horrible culture over relying on engines and no thought.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Relying on his seconds and not playing the game himself, basically. But he's done this before. He jettisoned a major game to Dingler in instead of playing a normal game. He went all in the last round and threw away his chances.
Said. Fischer would VE looked at that and gone you insane.
No, I mean, this bishop d6 line I'd given up on a long time ago. I prefer bishop to turn off the move annotations. I don't know if that's really there. Display move annotations. But in general, already we're in a critical moment, right? So this is all well and good. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this. However, now I'm faced with this line, and the logical move here, the problem is that he overthought this position massively. The instinct tells me, let's improve our worst placed pieces, all right? As an Alekhine player, that is, I trust and believe in Alekhine in this position. White has done nothing wrong. He should know that White has done nothing wrong in this position, and he should proceed accordingly. It's not win or lose. There's no black or white here. There's just a huge gray area, and this piece needs to be in the center of the board. You can improve this piece in the center of the board. You can improve your rook in the center of the board. It is true that your king is not safe, but honestly, you have to. And on queen a5 check, b4 is lovely, queen to d8. And now we just have to find a move that furthers our attack. One way or the other, both of these moves I'm positive will work. How they work, I do not know. But both of these moves will work. The difference between them, negligible, in my opinion. So he plays rook to g1, and queen to d2 was the move that he should have played. A nice quiet move, building up the attack, threatening to come in on this side of the board, threatening bishop to knight to f6, etc. And I don't necessarily know if that's what he explains in his commentary, but
Lorenzo.
Like even with his choice between NE4 and 8.
Well, I mean, he burned his bridges. I mean, he was all in with this variation. Basically, he was all in with his preparation. He was going to win this as a team with his seconds. Bishop e5 with the initiative. And it leads to a very complex perpetual check, according to was that true? Oh no, that's the other line. Right. If bishop
Lorenzo.
takes f8,
Okay, I'm
queen
gonna
takes
go
f8, a3, and this is the line that leads to a perpetual check of sorts. But I mean, honestly, there's plenty of play in this position right now, and there's no danger. We have a rook for two and pawn for two minor pieces. Is that right? A rook and a pawn for a knight at the moment. We have two minor pieces. We're up in exchange. They have three, right? So what's the big deal? This is a perfectly ordinary position to play. All he really had to do, and we have Coach Jonathan Tisdale working with us at our school. He wrote the book, basically. He wrote the book on this particular variation by stepping stone analysis.
With this, open up the board editor after NG3 and remove the queens and put bishop on D6 and the bishop on E7. Black is up 2-0-0.
No, that goes without saying because we're down 2 pawns. Yep, indeed. And bishop on E7. Remove the queens. But in general, there's just like This is perfectly understandable. Now, look at this position. We have all the compensation in the world in this position. We should be able to see that you have all the compensation in the world in this position. We improve our last worst place piece. Look what we have here. We have 4, I repeat, 4 active pieces. Our king is perfectly safe. He's overthinking this as far as his prep goes in the other line. And the opponent has to move his rook if he wants to perhaps try to mix it up. But if he moves this rook, then it's game over. And how hard is that? It's literally game over.
Lorenzo.
Yeah, but you're down so much material in this position, right? You improve your worst place piece. You improve your worst place piece.
King
On knight
Slayer's
takes
Throne.
b4, we just castle.
Said. Hans doing a little light trolling is a bright spot in my day.
Is he trolling on the candidates? I believe the candidates might be actually going on right now.
Drink it down in one breath.
Oh. Well, the good news is I have seltzer. I do not have my, I do not have seltzer. I may have to refund you. I finished the seltzer. I do not have water in this room. No. Thank you for the request. No words. Namaste.
No words.
Said.
It's fun. I have too many points.
Lorenzo.
Said. Maybe it's a stylistic difference, John. If you ever catch me playing this line, call an ambulance, because something very wrong has happened to me. Aliens have taken me and swapped me for a clone.
Yes,
King
yes.
Slayer's Throne.
Said. How's TFM training going?
Motion detected at garden.
It's actually going much better now. We've actually picked up a little momentum along the way. Winning that game as black in the Streshnikov was a nice key component to improving at chess. But needless to say, in this particular position, it's quite crazy that we don't play this. We have all the logical advantages. Black is undeveloping his pieces. There's no reason why he should ever play this. I don't even know what he played anymore. He moved a pawn. Now, he's following a different adage, which he did not mention, which is that if you don't know what to do in a position, shove your H-pawn at your opponent. And that is a real hacker's rule to a certain extent. It absolutely is a real hacker's rule. Because there's just nothing going on in this position. There's a third pawn. We castle. And we're only slightly worse, mind you. We have to start improving our worst place
King
pieces
Slayer's
soon.
Throne.
Said. Always blame the help.
Always blame the wild help, indeed. Yeah, this is just very sad. He puts his queen on an unprotected square. He actually argues that he didn't know the difference between queen e1 and queen d2, but the queen to e1 is very obvious. We have control over the e5 square as well. We also have a route in to the position with the help of this. I mean, he's got to play the same move, right? c5, rook to d1. And now we're actually threatening something, maybe. We're actually threatening something.
Said. Anyway, I am gonna run and go watch the candidates. Take care, John. Thanks for the fun
Wait,
chat.
what channel are we going to?
Slayer's Throne.
Lauren, send me on the raid.
Said.
Where do we
He does
go?
not care, chat.
Where are we going, Lauren? Send me on the raid. Let's move us along.
Lorenju.
Said. I am going to the chess dojo, no engine analysis.
Ah, Chess Dojo. Got it.
Kingslayer Sloan.
Why not?
Said. Lauren JW33 Don T, pull up another tab or nothing.
1 second.
Lorenju.
Said. I am a boomer millennial, I can only do one tab at a time.
Well, let's say goodbye here. Thank you everyone for being here. There may be a candidates recap by me later. I know Rogan wanted to revive the
Now words.
Said.
Only 1 tab rookie numbers.
All But Dead podcast, but only 1 tab rookie numbers. I know. I think I might have like 267 tabs open. Have a great day, everyone. We need to get this show on the road. We have 5 to raid with. Thank you all for being here. Namaste.
Said. CYA.
Please check out the YouTube channel. And, of course, all of the socials.
Now words.
Said.
Will you do candidates coverage or?
I am planning on doing some candidates coverage.
Subs
I
or
haven't
YouTube
decided the
channel,
right
please.
format.
With the official Master Chess Dojo name. Follow for updates and impromptu instructional stream info. Insta,
I haven't.
Twitter, Chessable, use
Thank you, no
Chessable,
words.
and join
Namaste.
the dojo Discord.